The only thing I have to say is 15-5 feels way better than 14-6. How's that? How's that for a start? I think I like. First off, I want to give a congratulation just to Tui. We call her Tui, but Leslie is the head coach of Washington, and there's really good people in this industry, and there's not so great people in this industry, and Leslie's one of the best in the industry. She's done a great job. She's had to rebuild that program a little bit. They're very talented, and they still have the improvement that they've done is just incredible, to be honest. From when they started to where they are now, that is not a 9-11 team in any way, shape, or form. With that being said, again, 15-5 is better than 14-6, but I like the way that my team is progressing. I like the attitude. I like there's a little bit of swagger. I like there's a little bit more enjoyment than it was at the beginning of the season. I think hopefully that shows. And I think we're playing cleaner systems, and it's starting to, capitalize a little bit. It's like the fruits of the labor a little bit. So we got to keep going. We're not done. So with that, turn it over to you guys.
Hi, Coach. I'm Emily with Sports Radio.
Yep. How you doing?
Well, congratulations on your 100th win at USC. I know we talked about this last week.
I know.
But now that it's officially happened, what does this career win mean to you? And this is your 6th season with the Trojans, and this year's season is so special and dynamic. As you're reflecting on your 100th win, what do you think makes this team different from the teams you coached previously?
So I actually did think a lot about this last night because I don't sleep. Head coaches don't sleep. And how I was going to answer this. I think this ball, or the 100 wins, is a little bit different than yay, it's wonderful. I think there's been so much work and effort from so many people, and some of them are not even here, right? They graduated or they're coaching at other places. It's just there's so much effort that's been put into this program, and it just takes a really long time to build something special. And even the alumni that are not a part of this current team were the building blocks or the platform that these young women are jumping off of. So they're in a higher space than they would be where those individuals were. So 100 wins is great, but it reminds me and makes me humble about how hard it was to get here. There's a lot of losses in the other column too. I mean, it's been a lot of hard work and staying with it and learning and changing and adapting and learning that you don't know what you don't know. And to answer your question about this team, I think this team is starting to understand who they are, how dynamic they are, how powerful they are, how they're great people, and they're starting to show their personality on the court. And I think when you get to that space, you start to see some good things. And I think this team also knows all the people that help them get to where they need to be here. Yep, that's my answer.
Yeah, Coach, building on that second set was tight back and forth, a lot of momentum swings. To be able to find a way to come out on top, what does that say about your team's resiliency?
I think it started against San Diego, San Diego were down 14-11 in the 5th and came back and won, and there was a sign. We did against Santa Barbara, came back and won in the 5th. Wisconsin was an unbelievable trip because it was all deuce sets. There was never breathing room, and it was always a chance that we were down and we had to fight back. Once you get to 20 points, we call that the red zone, or that's where it gets really intense. And so you have to be really, really good. I think we've developed kind of a niche to battle and not panic and push in those spaces, at least our agenda. So we're increasing our confidence in there.
Congrats on your 100th win.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you about what happened between the 3rd and 4th set. So I guess the team came back with a fervor in the 4th set, getting the match's biggest lead of 11 points. What changes did you make in the 3rd and 4th set?
I can tell you. Set 1, we had 19 kills, 3 errors. Set 2, we had 14 kills, 7 errors, 27-25. Third set, we had 12 kills, 11 errors. In set 4, we had 15 kills and 3 errors. It's just errors. It comes down to unforced errors, hitting the ball out of bounds, serving the ball in the net, netting, things like that. We just compounded our issues drastically, and we were still only down 21-25. So that tells me that we're playing at a high level, but our focus and our discipline has to continue to get better. I thought we were kind of tired at the end. We need to make sure that we're rested and good to go for the blue team that I don't name.
Any other questions?
I just have one more. It was amazing watching Mia, London, Adanya, and Riley on the court tonight. They have this really nice harmony and like electricity to them that it's always amazing seeing them just on the court, especially Mia, the way that she moves around the ball and attacks the ball.
Yep.
And I was just wondering if you can speak more to that and where that comes from.
If you're around our practice, they're the ones singing and dancing all day long, and I got to get them to shut up to listen to the drills. So I just think that they just bring a ton of energy and compassion and love, and they're just very happy individuals. I mean, my whole team is happy, in my opinion. You know, I got some really good kids, but they bring it. They bring that. What you see is what you get all the time. If you sit out here and you wait for them to walk out of the locker room, they're going to be singing or dancing or talking trash to each other. I mean, there's something going on. It's never quiet. There's no quiet time with that group. So you get them all together. It is. I think electricity is a good word for that. They are electric. They make plays. Their smiles are so genuine. It's fun to coach. It's fun to coach them. And I recruited exactly what you're describing. I recruited that.
Yeah, Coach, big game on Wednesday, UCLA. What's the mindset of the team got to be heading into that game?
It's about us. I think that UCLA did a really nice job of teaching us where we were, that we weren't very good, we weren't very disciplined, we were kind of a young team. And my group decided to take that and stare at it, digest it, and go after it. And so we're a very different team than we were when we played them the first time. That doesn't mean anything as far as we're going to win, lose, whatever. I mean, you guys know it's going to be an unbelievable game. It's going to be a high octane game in general, just because that's how it always is that way. So I know it's about rest and making sure we're not overtraining. We get them ready. I need them as fresh as possible, and I need them to get the right mindset. So probably a little bit more downtime, a little bit more video, very precise lifting to like what needs to be done versus, tiring them out. And then when we're training, making sure that we are working on the exact things that we're going to have to do against that team. So we don't need to be here for 3 hours. We need to be here for maybe 2 hours or an hour and a half or whatever that is. So we got to be very, very good in the next 2 days.
Anything else?
Yeah, one more question. What was the impact of Kids Day and having a young and excited crowd there to cheer you on, if any impact?
It's so cool. The thing that's interesting, you travel around the country and you go to like Wisconsin, and everyone's like, you got young kids, but everyone's like 65 years old or 75. It's just an older crowd. Nebraska, older crowd. All the Midwest programs have these older crowds. But if you look around us, it's a young crowd. There's a lot of kids and youth that come to our games, and they can't wait to talk to our players, and they come to our camps. And so to have that special event and have them in the end line over there just hanging out, and the whole event upstairs, I love that we can do that. I love that my team is hopefully role models for them. Everything about that is exactly what I want. I just think it's about leadership, servant leadership, leading by example, and helping the youth, especially in LA.
Anything else? No? Great.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to take my gold ball and go home.